All right. Well, I want to welcome everyone. We've got California, we've got Spokane, we've got Montana. It's amazing from three different states in one place. And I want to congratulate everybody for taking time out of their day to see what we can do. And like I was just saying to Johanna, we've got the ability this month with the bonuses that Joe and Richard have put on the table. We bring in two people at that leadership lifestyle pack with the bonus money that's available. You make $1,250. So, I mean, that's huge, especially somebody that's brand new. They can make their money back in their first week. And do they have the money? Absolutely. There's a lot of people that have the money. There's some people that are claim they don't, but sometimes they're telling you they don't have the money because the only thing they think of you is that you're trying to make money off of them. If they see something they want bad enough, they'll find a way to get the money. So I want you to really keep that in the back of your mind. So we're going to talk about lead generation and communication strategies. If you're purchasing leads, Johanna is really good at this. Purchasing leads, expect results of about one or two people of interest from 100 leads paid for. Now, Johanna works hundreds of leads a month, so her numbers are quite a bit better than this. She probably averages about 8 or 10 out of 100 instead of 1 to 2, but that's because she's practiced the skill set and got a lot better at it. So self-generational leads under proper communication, you can expect 2 or 3 out of 10 people spoken to. Now, what's unique is your confidence grows as you practice your skill sets. So after 6 months of gathering 10 to 20 leads per week, that expectation will climb closer to 7 out of 10 spoken to, becoming a customer or a builder in your business. Practice will always improve the process. I mean, there's only so many objections somebody's going to have to what we do. And you're going to hear those same objections over and over and over again. And the beauty of what we do, if you don't know the answer to any of those objections, there's somebody upline that does. So you can get us on the phone together with you. We can help you overcome any of those objections that are out there. But the key is believing in what you have and knowing what you're part of. It's far more important to understand that key than to expect a sales process from somebody that's got a huge skill set. Okay, here is somebody. Add another person to the. So when you're practicing generating your own leads after 6 months of gathering 10 to 20 leads per week, you've got it figured out what kind of people you want to connect based on their body language, based on what's taken place. And it sets you up to succeed. Practice will always improve the process. So communication on lead generation is a skill set that takes practice. And the more it's done, the easier the process becomes. There are only so many objections and they're heard over and over. Now, only about 1 to 2% of people that look at what you have to offer, the first exposure of what is offered, are going to get started. So if you show your opportunity to 100 people today that have never seen it once, only expect 1 or 2 to be ready to take action right away. They haven't seen enough. They aren't familiar with it enough. They haven't taken enough mental ownership of what it is that they're doing to even be excited about it. But here's the key. Over 80% of purchasing decisions are made. Here we go. There's another one coming in. Over 80% of purchasing decisions are made from the 7th to the 12th exposure of the information that's being offered. So the beauty of what we do with our phone app, we got a video for every single product.
The bottom. Yeah.
We have a.
That's Johanna.
I think so. Yeah.
Got your shirt on, same color.
Yeah. Oops, I gotta mute myself.
So I forgot where I was at. Over 80% of your purchasing decisions are from the 7th to the 12th exposure. With our app in our Go Recruit on our phone, we have videos for every different product. So maybe we're exposing our business to somebody from a customer standpoint instead of just
Please leave your message for Rachel Williams.
instead of just a business building standpoint. Depending on what the customers
Nothing has been
is where we're going to try to fit their needs. So leads are always sorted from ready or not ready yet. So we always know maybe it was just the first piece of information they seen and they need to see more. With what we have available to us as far as the Zooms, the Facebook exposures, all the different tools that we have to work with, there's several different ways we can show somebody another piece of information that pertains to what they want to accomplish. We just have to be able to ask the questions to understand what it is that has them excited. Wow, it's great to see you here, Calvin. Good to see you, Barbara from California.
Hey guys, hello.
We have Rachel here, and we have Roy Lammerts from Spokane, and Johanna. So we have people from all over the globe here.
Canada.
Yay, Canada!
So I mean, now we're international.
Yeah.
It's just lead generation works when you believe in what you have. And that's one of the, in 30 years of doing this and making, I've sold over $1 million worth of stuff face to face, door to door, cold contact sales, to where if I didn't make a sale that day, I didn't get paid. So I have a little experience to be able to share with you. But what I want you to get is that mindset of who we are, what we have to offer. And when you believe in what you're part of, it makes lead generation easy. But if you doubt about what you're part of, it makes lead generation a nightmare. Now, I'm going to share some things with you tonight that I hope you'll find helpful, because, this is an awesome year for myself with this company, Common Sense. I'm able to take my lawn care company that I started 5 years ago, shut it down this spring, and not have to do the work anymore that I did 40 to 60 hours a week, because this Common Sense business, on my part-time efforts of sharing what I'm going to share with you tonight, have made it possible to make more money doing that. And it's just because I know how to communicate with people. I know how to plug them into our system. There's nothing special about me. Heck, I'm missing most of my teeth. I'm a big mountain man from Troy, Montana. I don't fit into the world, but I've got an international team because I know how to relate to people. And when you learn how simple it is to have confidence in what you're doing, it makes this process fun. So leads are ready or they're not ready yet. You can't be heartbroken. When I first looked at this business, I didn't have the money to begin. One of my best friends just blew his brains out. I was told that my mother had advanced dementia, needed somebody to take care of her, and I was being evicted out of my, not evicted, but foreclosed on with my home. I was in a very dark place when I got started here at Common Sense. But what I knew is if I went out and got a job, there's no way I could make enough money to save my home from foreclosure. I needed a way that I could set up an income stream that could multiply if I practiced the habits daily. And by doing what I'm going to share with you here tonight, I solved those problems. How did I solve those problems? I mastered a skill set of being able to separate my feelings from the events. I was able to recognize there were people out there that have money, that have life going perfect for them, that want more out of life, that will work for it. And I knew if I worked for it, I would get it. even though I didn't understand everything I was seeing. So what I'm sharing with you comes from the heart. What I'm trying to share with you is to open the door for you to recognize that no matter what's going on around you, if you want to build this business bad enough, there's a system here that's very simple. It takes zero sales experience to look at another person and go, I'm so glad you shared that problem with me. I've got some people that are getting that very same problem solved. I'd like to text you some information about how that's being done. What's the best number I can text that to? And if they really want that problem solved, guess what? They're not going to pee their pants when you ask them for the best number to text to. They can't wait to get a solution. What's the difference between you and 10 other people that call them up and say, I got the best business opportunity in the world. We're all going to get rich together. We need to talk. Oh my gosh, you found one of them. Get away from me. But when you're talking to somebody and relating to them, how would it feel to have the extra $500 to $1,000 a week coming in? If I could show you people that are doing that kind of thing, would you like to see those kind of results? Yeah, great. That's all I'm asking. I think you're going to love what I'm going to share with you. What's the best number I can text that to? And I'm recording all this, so if you're taking notes, this will help as well. But I want you to understand, don't be heartbroken if they're not interested the first time. Out of 100 people, only 1 to 2 are going to see it the first time and go, gosh, that's what I've been looking for. 80% are going to not even take action until the 7th to the 12th exposure of information of what you have to offer. And that's the beauty about the tools that we have with all the videos that we have in our phone app, with our mentoring app, with Common Sense Mentoring. We could take somebody from real estate industry, right? We could take Sean and Nancy Slade's picture off of that mentoring app and show that to somebody on a Zoom that's in real estate and say, look, these people got into our business here at Common Sense from real estate, and they took advantage of the system that we have over the last 6 months. And in their part-time efforts as real estate agents, not only did they win a trip to Jamaica, but they also earned an extra $5,000 in bonus money on part-time efforts in a single month. If we could show you the system that's allowed them to do that, would that help you? Now, if you go to LinkedIn and look up real estate agents and look at where it says open for opportunity on the side, and you enter what state, city, you can narrow that search down in the free version of LinkedIn and find leads left and right. Are they an official lead just because you found them? No. You got to be able to make conversation with them first. Compliment them on what they post in the chat box. You know, and be able to turn that into a conversation. Let them tell you what their situation is. I see that you're open to work. Are you looking to sell more houses? Are you trying to increase your income stream? What does that mean as a real estate agent? Now they're going to tell you everything you need to know. Well, if I could show you some other real estate agents, just like yourself, that have been able to earn a free trip to Jamaica, extra $5,000 in part-time efforts, would you like to see how they're doing it? You're talking to a real estate agent about real estate agent, showing them a real estate
Hey,
agent.
Carlos.
If they're really hungry and they're really looking, guess what? Give me the best number I can text you that information to. And all you're looking for is their phone number. If they give you their phone number, now they're a real lead. But when you got their phone number through that, you got their phone number based on their interest, not your best opportunity in the world that they just got to look at. I hope what I'm saying to you is making sense. So when they know that you will succeed with or without them, it's going to draw them to want to not get left behind. If they feel that your only communication with them is so that you can make some money, the results will always be bad. So If you do not communicate to qualify, you're proving your own unbelief in what you do. I want to communicate with somebody about making money. The first thing I want to know is, can you at least commit to 5 to 10 hours a week in your spare time if we could show you how to turn that into thousands of dollars? And if they can't commit to that, there's nothing I can do that will help them. And my mission's over. If they can commit to that, their next question is, yeah, I can do that. What are people doing? Good. I'm glad you shared that with me. Now, you invested money to become a real estate agent. I don't know what it is in other states. I know in Montana, it's over $2,500 just to take the exam to become a real estate agent. So they invested to work on commissions. Wow, isn't that a concept? So it's just knowing how to qualify who you're communicating with while you're communicating with them without being rude. But you just know you're sorting for people that are ready. Some people are ready now and some people aren't ready yet. You're not taking it personally, but your time is money. Your efforts are important. You want to be working with people that can afford what you have a desire for more out of life, and are willing to put some time, money, and effort into a better future. And if they're peeing in their pants because they got to put some time and money into their future, how do they ever expect to get more out of life if they aren't willing to give more into life? All you got to do is show them the common sense things. What is it that separates us from everything else they're going to see? How is it that they know they can achieve what we're showing them? And when they understand that, they come around a lot quicker. So the communication, you want to be able to communicate to qualify. Someone who does not know you, they'll always be drawn to results that match their desires. That's why I use the real estate agent. That's why I used the picture of, or I used Sean and Nancy Slade's example. The ones that Joe brought on our weekly company kickoff call as just qualifying for the trip to Jamaica 2 days ago. So, I mean, that's exciting information because you're dealing with results. You're not leading with crap. And you've got people that are looking at what you got, that are qualified for what you're looking for. Questions are the key to understanding the needs of those you desire to serve. They want to feel better in some way, shape, or form, or they want to earn more money, and sometimes they want to do all of the above. And you're not heartbroken if they don't want to build a business, but you got 70 different ways you can serve them, that if they spent money on a product that you have to offer, they're saving money that they're already spending to get a solution. They're getting a better product, and they're going to get results from that product. So the situation puts them in a win-win position. They're not going to reject that. They're not going to run from that. They're going to be excited to pursue that. It's a lot different than connecting with them and going, hey, I got the greatest business opportunity in the world. We're connected with the gazillionaires of the world. We got a plan. Come join us today or you're going to miss the boat. They don't want to hear that kind of stuff. They want to hear things that they can relate to. So when you're using results of people just like them getting results, you're going to catch their attention. So the questions are the keys to understanding the needs of those you want to serve. They want to feel better. They want to make some more money, or both. What we have is a debt-free 5-year track record of proof. While all the startup companies have, all these startup companies are out today, they stand over a 95% chance of not even being in business 6 months down the road. We got a 5-year debt-free track record growing over 20% each work quarter for the last 5 years solid. That's absolutely huge. We didn't pay big gurus to come over here so they could fake their way to a leadership position. Everybody that's earned their way to the top spots of this company started at zero with nothing, like everybody else did. And they worked their way up because we got a system that works. So here's another thing about lead generation. If you don't have a schedule for what you practice, it's important to understand this too. If you don't have a schedule for what you practice, any prospect worth their salt, they will know that you lack the ability to meet their needs and feel that your only purpose of communicating with them is to make money off their efforts. And how is that possible? Well, just think of this. You're a professional at what you do. This is what you do for a living. Aren't you going to have a schedule that you practice? Right? So what if I'm showing the plan 3 times a day? I schedule 3, 5, and 7 Monday through Friday. That gets 15 in a week. That's a schedule. And if I follow that schedule every week and I'm showing the plan 3 times a day, 5 days a week, you look at those results, that's 15 times a week times 10 weeks. Now I've done it 150 times. Is it magic that I succeed, or is it combined effort? It's combined effort when I believe in that schedule. And I know that if I got a qualified person during that hour of showing the plan, a qualified person that's got money, time, and they want more out of life, I can show them exactly what relates to what they want to accomplish within that hour. And I can help them take their first step to getting started by enrolling them and introducing them to who else there is on the team to help them make money. They're excited to go through a process like that. They're not excited to look at a presentation and be closed at the end of it. So you got to think about, what are they looking for? How do they want their needs to be met? And how do you have what they need? So one of the first things somebody that don't know you is going to be looking at is, well, if you're such a professional, what kind of schedule do you have? So if I need somebody to get started right now because we're working on a project to help somebody make their first $1,200 this week within the company, it obviously means I don't want to chase them around for 3 weeks while they make up their mind. I'm a professional. Time is money. And look, I want to help you make some money. So if we can spend 1 hour tomorrow and turn that into $750 to $1,200, would you have that hour to spend? We're not going to break any of God's laws. We're not going to break any of man's laws. You don't have to be a magic salesperson. All we're going to do is show somebody a solution to a problem they brought up in a conversation. And when they see a solution that gets them where they want to go faster than they had planned to get there, you don't have to do a lot of convincing to make that happen. So when a person sees a path to what their heart truly desires, faster the path they're on, and they're sure that they can perform the actions to produce the money, really, it takes zero convincing. I don't have to convince somebody to see how simple it is to let a video do the explaining for them, so they don't have to become a salesperson. To let them realize, if they look at our company and they want to learn the personal development that other companies sell for $10,000 and more, we have it available to them, the quality of $10,000 for $150. They can get started with just our coaching program, Choose to Win. And that's got 50 years of results behind it. It's not just a flash in the pan millionaire for 2 years, hasn't made any money for the last 10. We're talking top of the line training that helps people really turn their bad habits into good habits and make money on a regular basis. A really good example, Sean and Nancy Slade that Joe edified on Monday night's call. I was there on day 1 of the 12-week coaching course. Johanna was there with us. We took this course together. I watched them say, as real estate agents, we tried coaching programs for our real estate, where if we didn't follow instructions, we had to write a check for $10,000. And if we missed any of the instructions, they got to cash the check. And we became very obedient to the daily process to make that happen. And we're really hoping what we see here could at least qualify us for that trip to Jamaica. That would be nice. That's what they said 12 weeks ago. And we just finished that 12-week course. And guess what the results of that course was? They won the trip to Jamaica, earned an extra $5,000 for last month. And just last week, they helped 6 people make over $1,000 their first week with the company. Hey, that's awesome. Is it going to happen for anybody? Anybody that's got the belief level? But if you approach what you do with the attitude, I hope this works. Oh, I've done this stuff before. It just the attitude that you hide behind that mask is the attitude they're going to sense. When you are excited because all you got for them is solutions, and if they're not happy with the first bit of information, you're even more excited to send them the second piece of information. What they see in you is conviction and determination to serve them for a point of where they need to be served. So we need to recognize what we're looking for in people. When a person sees a path to what their heart desires, to get where they want to go faster than the path they were on, and they're sure that they can perform those actions, it takes zero convincing to get started. So what do you hear a lot of times in network marketing? I'm not a salesperson. That's not for me. Great. The people that won a trip to Jamaica didn't sell anything at all. They pointed people to a video that held a solution to their problem, sent it to them in a text message. If I could do that for you, would you like to do the same thing? Remember these words. If I could, would you? Because these are going to be very strong words to help you take another person to the next step. If I could help you get what you want, would you like to do it? Okay. Recognize this. Your time wasters in this industry, they have patterns that they operate with. They have patterns that they operate with in habit and communication. They don't live to get results. They live for the label that holds the excuse that relieves them from the responsibility. So look out for those labels. What are those labels? Oh, I can't do this because of that. Okay. Oh, I couldn't do this. I'm disabled. Really? Johanna's built an international team clear across the United States and up through Canada, not even able to leave her home with MS. What's your excuse? She made a choice under the conditions that she faced to share information with people. It's pretty simple. And she created results. So she didn't make the excuse. I built my team and I built my business when I was under the duress of my home being in foreclosure and I had to borrow the money to get started. I didn't live in the excuse. I lived in the result. So you got to look at that. I could have said, oh, I got too much stress on my shoulders. I can't handle it. I'm overwhelmed. I need to go get right first. Let me teach you something right now about success. It's real important. If you wait for everything to get ready, get perfect, to get ready, you'll never accomplish anything. You have to be able to separate your feelings from the results you don't like in life and put in the actions that's going to improve those results. And when you perfect a process on a schedule with consistency and persistency, you're going to get results. With consistency and persistency, freedom's going to come. So if you recognize the time wasters, what are they going to tell you? They're going to give you labels. Oh, I can't build my business because I got ADHD and I can't read. You're going to hear that a lot. Really? I've got friends in this industry that were dirt poor, kicked off their job as a mechanic, make $1 million a month today, that were dyslexic, that forced themselves to read because they wanted more out of life. They adjusted to a habit that would help them. The other people made excuses and are still stuck, still broke, not making anything. It's a choice. What choice do you want to make? What's another one? I got ADHD. I can't concentrate long enough to function. Okay. That excuse and that label works for you. Don't hold it against them. You know, I'm glad you told me that it's fun to pray for people that need to see the light. We have a system we can follow that can help you out of that. But if you're not comfortable taking action today, know that we love you, we care about you, and we're here for you when you're ready. And you move on without them. Because if they're mentally conditioned to use that label as an excuse to avoid responsibility, because that's how society accepts it, you're never going to be able to get them to work. Here's why. You'll have to convince them to take action in their business every time they need to take action. You'll have to hold their hand for them. You're not a babysitter. You're not a hand holder. You're a professional business person. If they need to develop some personal skills to get farther along, we got a program they can plug into that will allow them to do that, to overcome those labels and learn not to live by the label, but by the actions you take daily. Results have proven things. Producers have more than one thing that they'll do to generate income. So when you're lead generating people, look at what history has shown. Often someone with 3 to 5 jobs still isn't earning enough money. So what do? They find a way to implement 10 hours a week on top of those 3 to 5 jobs that will give them an income stream that will multiply so high they'll no longer need those 3 to 5 jobs. And that's what entrepreneurs do to bring success into play. They don't make excuses. So we have a proven system that when practiced with weekly persistence helps people from several different careers to earn more money on a consistent weekly part-time efforts, less than what they did on a full-time. So, I mean, when you're making more money part-time than you used to full-time, that's a beautiful spot to be. We have that to offer others. People invest both time and money to destroy themselves for fun. They'll invest time and money to learn skill sets, to have the ability to multiply their income. You're sorting for the people that would rather invest their time and money to make money than to just go out and have fun. Where's the second group of people? There's people who are so poverty stricken that they have food stamps to get by on, who still find over $300 a month to smoke cigarettes and another $100 a month for cable TV to watch TV over 2 hours a day. They both have the same time in a day. Our industry is full of people who invested $300 a month into themselves for health and backed that with 10 hours of action per week. They produced income streams that multiply and smack out 6 to 7 figures in a year. Those are the track records our company brings to the table. So what we're looking for is people that have that mindset. They're going to spend $300 a month if they smoke and they're feeding their family food stamps. Plus they're going to spend $100 a month for cable TV. They'll still be broke in a year. They'll still hate the world in the year. They'll have 4 or 5 titles that allow them to neglect their responsibility that they'll hang on to. And no matter what you show them, they'll never be interested in what you have. You have to recognize those kind of people are out there. So what do? You pray for them. You move on without them. You're looking for the people that are ready, just like we were ready when we saw what we were looking for. Our industry is full of those people. It's also been proved that a job leads to money invested into becoming an entrepreneur. Nobody earns the top 3% of income level as an employee. All that have the top 3% income are entrepreneurs. Success has left a trail of clues that, when recognized, can become a roadmap. The difference between success and failure in life is the content in one's daily routine. Am I planting 3 seeds a day by adding 3 names to my list? Am I showing the plan 3 times a day? Am I helping people get enrolled as a customer or as a builder 1 to 3 times a day? And if I'm doing those 3 things on a daily basis, it's impossible for progress to miss me. So they'll take the journey. You show somebody a daily routine that they believe they can accomplish that will bring them to their heart's desire much faster than how they originally planned to do so. They'll take the journey every single time. I want to use a little story here of a mother that has a child on a top of a mountain. Maybe that child's choking to death and she knows she needs to get to the top of that mountain to save her baby's life. I promise you, there's not an obstacle. Whoever's got that radio playing in the background, please mute yourself or mute that. Anyhow, whoever's got a news broadcast going in the background, turn it off or mute yourself, please. Sounds like Fox News or something. Please turn it off. Okay. In 1965 to 12% in 2020. All right. So before we dive into lead generation, I want you to recognize that these people will take the journey when you show them how they want to get to where they need to go. I was going to tell you a story about the mother that needed to get to her daughter that's choking to death on the top of the hill. When mama takes off to the top of the hill, there ain't an obstacle in the world going to get in mama's way. She's going to get up there. She's going to save that child from choking. You need to treat your business just like that mother looks at that child at the top of the hill. There's going to be obstacles in the way. That's okay. We're children of God. He's going to protect us as we sow our seeds to take the right actions to make the right things happen. We're going to run across people that have an excuse for every situation. And those are the ones that we pray for and move on without. There's some people that are addicted to catastrophe. And when that's their addiction, you're not going to talk them out of it with this business. You just move on without them and set the example yourself. So look at this simplicity of this is why I lost my place here. So when you show someone a daily routine that they believe they can accomplish, well, how hard is it to somebody a video with a solution to their problem and then plug them into a team of people that are going to work with them to help them solve a problem that don't take a whole lot of sales skills. They'll take the journey every single time when they believe they can do what they saw you do. This is why they say you can't say the wrong thing to the right person. So before we dive into all the lead generation methods, we first need to accomplish our own belief in what it is that we have to offer. You see, the reason that is, folks, is actions only follow beliefs. And if you don't believe in what you do, no one will want to take the journey with you. Long-term residual income comes from one action creating an ongoing reaction, and it has to be affordable to get the results. From results from the purchase habit, according to the Direct Sales Association, over 95% of single product auto ship orders before 90 days time stop. So look at all the network marketing companies that are out there, all the affiliate marketing companies, all the cryptocurrency companies. 95% can't even keep a single product on auto ship more than 90 days. We got a 5-year track record of growing an average of 3 to 4 products per month on auto ship orders. So when it's your income that you're trying to recruit, that you're trying to build, doesn't it make sense to put your eggs in the basket where the odds are the best in your favor? And that's what we have here at Common Sense. Having 3 to 5 products on auto ship orders is huge. Our auto ship volume as a company is true wholesale consumption. It's not about bringing some leader in that spent 10 grand to fill their garage up with product and look like superhero this month and not make any orders for the next 6 months. That's what you're competing against. And really, that's not competition at all because it's not truthful. Having affordability and the variety of solutions bringing savings is a major edge. Not only do we have that advantage, but add to it incentives for existing business operations who want to add what we have as products to their shelves. I don't care what network marketing company you go to. If you got a business that loves their products and wants to put their products on the shelf, those companies kick you out of the company for that. Here at Common Sense, we have incentives for that. If they order over $700 a month of any different product that we have, we can give them a buy down on that product as they stock it on their shelves. No other network marketing company in the industry does that. We have that advantage. It's crucial that you understand that because it gives you more belief level in the advantage that you have over the other companies. Okay. When we have over 70 solutions proven to work and affordable to masses, it allows an addition to multiple revenue streams for any business that wants to add it to what they're doing. We've got proof in the pudding. We got chiropractors who have added our products to their practice. They're that high quality of products providing people with results. You don't see that in other places. We have it. And it's continuing to grow year after year. It ain't just a 90-day spurt and crashing. So having apps that provide videos for training, selling, and personal development take the heavy lifting from a person who refers a simple link that keeps track of every order. You don't have to go develop those skills if you don't feel like it because every tool has the skill. All you got to do is point and grunt. So think about that simplicity and think about this. Again, it takes zero sales skills to point to a tool that does the explaining and demonstrates the solutions. We practice 3 simple things over and over, creating the kind of success that most people pray for. We build a list to serve. We present solutions that save money monthly and solve problems that people face. We help one to enroll as a builder, a customer, or both. Those are the 3 actions that we're going to take. They're going to pay us. Now, we're stepping into some lead generation. There are 7 career fields that came into Common Sense and worked their way top income status of the company and won trips to Jamaica. These are real estate people, store owners. Remember, Eddie Freeman was a jewelry store owner. Truck drivers, okay, teachers, chiropractors, accountants, and heavy equipment operators. It's kind of nice to know those 7 career fields because you can go and connect with people who have a green open to work circle in each of those career fields on a social network of LinkedIn. It's a simple strategy for finding people without even having to leave your home. In a chat box, leaving a simple message. I'm not going to find out their whole life history. I'm not going to beg them to come join me. I'm not going to kiss their butt for a month before I hit them in the face with the truth. I'm going to be point blank, blunt, and honest. I saw you're open to work and wanted to let you know our company's had people in your career field become top earners. We're working on a project to create some success stories over the next couple of weeks. There's potential for a little over $1,200 in earnings on part-time efforts each week. If you would like some more information, provide the best number we can text you some details on. That's it. Now, if you do a search on LinkedIn and each one of those career fields, there's 7, and do 3 leads apiece, that's 21. If you did that in one day, it's less than an hour to do that. And if you only got 3 people out of that hour that sent you their actual phone number, text, and more information, now you got them in your system. You can start dripping on them with videos. You can follow up with them. You can show them a presentation. You can get them on a 3-way call. You got everything you need. You never even have to leave your home to do it. You utilize the social network of LinkedIn, and you let those with the courage enough to put their own phone number in a link that says they're open to work in that career field. Holy cow, there you go. It's not a hard thing to do. All you're doing is asking the right questions to understand what the need is, and then you lead them to the need. It's that simple. So that's a strategy for lead generating on LinkedIn. Another one, if you got 2 to 5 numbers sent back to you in the chat from those 20 to 25 messages sent out in less than an hour, that's a couple prospects for your business just using LinkedIn. Another lead strategy is the business card display found in local restaurants, service stations, and walk-in businesses. Why would you do that? Well, here's why. People that have business cards, they paid money to have those made, and they're not afraid to spend money to make money. We have a unique benefit of having something that will complement what they do and add more money to their process. All we got to do is think on our feet. So I took this picture at a local restaurant in Libby, Montana, and I'm going to connect with each and every one of these business card owners. And I'm going to be real simple. I'm going to see if they're open to seeing how people just like them were able to add a few $1,000s to the monthly budget and enjoy a trip to Jamaica. Where'd I get my leads? There's the display of business cards I'm talking to you about. When you take that picture with your smartphone, you don't have to do it old school like we used to do 20 years ago. I grab a handful of these cards and take them home. Now I just take a picture with my smartphone and I got all those cards. I can zero in on each individual card, enlarge the picture. I got their name, phone number, email address. Now I can connect with them. Hey, I noticed your card at Brad's Burgers the other day. I have one of my cards in the same display. Look, I own a lawn care company and I'm able to retire this year because of the opportunity that I want to share with a business owner like you. If I could show you a way we could add a few $1,000s a month to what you're doing that won't interfere with what you're doing and only complement what we're doing, would you like to know more? I'm calling them up. I'm asking them and I'm listening to their voice tone. And if they all tell me no, no big deal. But one thing I know, most of these business owners have got their cards there because they want more money. They need the business. That's why they're advertising. So if I could show them how I did common sense on a part-time effort and was able to replace my full-time income from my lawn care company, which I can do that. My gosh, why would I be afraid to pull that off? These are just little things that you can do to generate leads wherever you go. The whole key is recognizing that there's always a way to generate a little business in one's day if they're looking hard enough to make things happen. Another lead generation that always worked for me is a car wash. It's a place where people take care of what they purchase with major money. They can afford a car payment. Odds are they have a credit card that they can start a home business with. So I start a simple conversation by complimenting them on that automobile. My gosh, I just had a guy in our company bought one of those things, brand new, paid cash for it. You know, and I couldn't believe how expensive those things were. What is it that you do that you're able to take the cash for yours? And I let him tell me, oh my gosh, I don't have cash. I got to make payments on this thing. Ding, 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 ding. They got a credit card. They're making car payments on that car. Wow. Well, that's amazing. Well, you know, if you had 5 to 10 hours a week and you couldn't break God's laws or man's laws in the process, Would you like to see how our company's helping people build a compensated community to the point where they can buy cars just like yours and pay cash for them? What's the best number I can text you some information to? Man, if I do that 3 times in 2 hours with qualified vehicles at a car lot, now I got 3 real leads. I got 3 people that are qualified, have the money, that would put time and effort into it. How do I know they put time and effort into it? They're taking care of what they spend their money on. They're not taking it for granted. They're not standing behind a label. So it's amazing what you can spot when you're looking for it. But I couldn't do none of this, folks, if I didn't separate my feelings from the events that were in my life that were catastrophic. They were heartbreaking. They were very financially disturbing, but they weren't going to make me more money. But I knew I could practice the process of putting somebody on the phone with somebody who makes a hell of a lot more money than I do. And I could show them a path that works, that's truthful. And I had no problem doing that. I did it 7 times. That turned into over 120 people across the United States and into Canada. You're part of that organization right now if you're on this webinar with me. So when you look at this, it's not hard. It's just the little things. If you got 3 leads at a car lot, at a car wash, that works. Another place I used to get leads, coffee places. I want you to think about this. If you see a husband and a wife that are going to Starbucks or anything like Starbucks, I think the East Coast is Dunkin' Donuts. They go into these places, they're paying $6 per drink. I want you to think about that. That's $12 a day. That's over $300 a month just for their morning coffee. Our overhead to build this business, to get all the money, not just some of the money, is 3 products a month. That's less than $180 a month. If they can afford those espressos, if they want more out of life bad enough, wow, if I could show you a way to drink coffee at $2 a serving instead of $6, lose weight at the same time and be happy, will that catch your interest? If I could show you how to get paid to drink your coffee instead of paid to drink your coffee, would you like to know more information? Yeah, I would. Great. What's the best number I could text you some information to? And if I go into that coffee shop and I take down 3 numbers and names into my phone a day, I don't have to look for people to prospect for my business. It didn't cost me anything but a little bit of time. I already know they got the money to start the business. They're spending the money on lattes. So I want you to think about some of the things that I shared with you. And I hope what I'm sharing with you has helped you tonight, because whether you're using LinkedIn, whether you're using paid leads, or whether you're generating your own leads, it's all about if they can see without a shadow of a doubt that you believe you can help them. And they know without a shadow of a doubt, they can do the tasks that make the money, which is not being a salesperson. It's guiding somebody to a solution to a problem they have. It could be they need to make more money, or it could be one of the 70 different products that we have to work with. The beauty is when you use that Go Recruit app, you got over 100 videos that you could work with. So if their first exposure is a no, second exposure is a no, third's a no, fourth, whoa, I didn't think about that. The fifth, wow, that kind of makes sense. The sixth, you better help me get started. But if you don't have enough conviction and belief to pursue it that far, and most people don't, most people never even go to the third exposure and can't figure out why they never make any money. But if you separate your feelings from the fears of what you might be thinking their objections are, and focus on, wow, this person's got all the potential in the world, and you look for the best in that person, you compliment them honestly about the traits that they have. For an example, I want to compliment each and every one of you for taking time out of your day today to learn different strategies that have proven to make money with this company. That took guts, that took efforts, that took courage. Believe it or not, maybe 3 out of 10 people have the courage to do what you've done today. So recognize that. This business is all about building other people up, showing other people solutions, believing in other people more than they believe in themselves. And the more people you're willing to serve, the more money you're going to make. We've got the system that's got everything there. You can point to any leader you want in this industry, and I'll put them up against Joe and Richard any day of the week. Richard O'Brien, he's one of our owners. He's one of the very few distributors that actually built $1 billion organization within a single company. And they screwed him. And he didn't ever want to get screwed again or have anybody that works with him ever get screwed again. And part of his vision was to have what we have today. And what we have today beat his expectations of what he thought it was going to be when we began the journey 5 years ago. And today, the man that's built $1 billion organization within a single company has never been more excited to be able to offer people a chance to earn themselves a future. Look at the money they're putting on the table. You sign up 2 people at that $9.99 pack. They get $1,500 in volume. If they don't like what they got, they can get their money back and send it back to the company. There's really no risk. So they get $1,500 to $100 worth of product for $9.99, and they get into a bonus pool that allows them to earn an extra $300,000 because they were able to put some commitment and money into their future. And they got more than what they spent in value. You don't see that at other companies. You spend $1,000 with other companies, you're lucky to get $200 worth of value. So when you look at what we have at Common Sense, you have something that's just unprecedented. And when you take a look at where we're at today and what's about to happen over the next 2 years and realize you are first. Oh my gosh. You couldn't ask to be at a better place at a better time. Now, know that I'm here to help you in any way, shape, or form that I can. I'm a phone caller, a mouse click away, and I'm more passionate about helping you make money than I am about helping myself to make money. Because if I don't help you make money, I don't make any money. And the thing I like is systems that work. Systems save you time, effort, and money. And that's what we have. We have an awesome system. Every Saturday, Eddie Freeman's helped 30 people go from $0 to $1 million. You can get on a conference call that costs you no money to get on and learn from them. Every Monday, we got our kickoff call with Joe Milling, the owner of the company. And then we have our coaching call on Monday nights with the Choose to Win course. I think he's starting that up again next month. If anybody wants to get started in that weren't able to last time. But it's just phenomenal what we have available. Every Tuesday, we have training with Mindy Saunders, who helped people make $1 million on Facebook, show you how to use Facebook to make money with. And there's proof, results, and testimonials. It's not just a Facebook page, oh, go spend your money. No, you can actually take somebody on a Zoom to them Facebook groups on Zoom with you, demonstrate success in motion, show them testimonials being seen, let them see the doctors talk about the products so you don't have to talk about the products. My gosh, all you're showing them is reality. And when they see what you did, well, the only thing that Barbara did with me was put me on a Zoom and show me what was going on. And I really couldn't resist getting started. That's how simple this is when you see it like that in your head. Don't picture their excuses. Picture their victories. Picture your victory. You aren't here by accident. You're here because you prayed for a long time for some solutions. And we've got the solutions. All we got to do is take action with them. And when you plant those seeds, the seed knows what to do. It's a beautiful process. when you're plugging in to the books, the book study we have every Saturday with Joe Melling and Richard O'Brien and all the leaders of the company. Right now, we're working on this book, The Science of Getting Rich. We're reading a chapter a day, and we're reading that same chapter every day for a week and talking about what we learned from that chapter. Now, when you got a whole group of millionaires that are applying what we're reading at the same time, and you have a mentoring session every week where we get to share our experiences about how we applied what we read together, that forms a mastermind alliance that's absolutely historical, folks. And you get to be part of that. It's just a choice of making the commitment to be part of what we do. And if you don't like a process, nobody's going to kick you if you don't do it. But the beauty is you have it there to plug other people into. Maybe you don't have the time to do all these things, but somebody hungry has the time. Plug them into the system and let the system work them. And when they learn how to become masters of utilizing the system instead of trying to do everything themselves, my gosh, the simplicity that they believe in, they'll go take action without you. And you'll wake up one morning and your business will be growing and you'll be scratching your head. I didn't do anything. Where did that come from? I'm experiencing that now. It's your turn. You can do it too. It's not that hard. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to stop the recording and I'm going to open all this up for questions. If anybody wants to unmute themselves. Let's see here. Stop recording. Stop